And we are live. Welcome back, everyone. We are entering day 5 of filming for the latest episode of BrickBob Films, the camping episode. How's it going, everyone? Make sure that live chat is good. All right, we're good. Yo, yeah. Now you're good, man. Everyone, thank you so much for 16,000 subscribers. Hit our milestone, and I'm wondering if we're going to be able to hit 20 by the end of the year. It's probably a little bit of an optimistic appraisal, but I feel like we're definitely going to get close. I mean, we're already at 16, not too far. What's up, everyone? Yeah. So today I was gonna start playing around on my iPad trying to conceptualize what the sea bear is gonna look like for this episode. But then thank you so much for doing that. I noticed that. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for promoting the streams, spreading awareness about what we're doing. It is a most unusual and impractical bet trying to make an animated film on stream, but hey, we've done it before and we can do it again. But yeah, so about the sea bear, I was getting to work on doing the sea bear, trying to figure out what he's going to look like on screen, how we're going to animate him. And right now, I'm kind of leaning towards animating him top down, kind of like what I did with Mr. Magic. But I ended up getting sidetracked. I got sidetracked because I wanted to work on doing a new profile picture across all my socials. So you guys will notice that my profile photo has been updated. Let me know what you guys think. Just trying it out cuz I'm like the one that I had before, I'm just like way too shrouded in darkness. I wanted something that's more like, okay, you can actually see what I look like, you know? Yeah, it's just like it's all been a part of the process of like being not being a faceless YouTuber anymore, you know? Yeah, let me know what you guys think of it. I haven't updated it across all of my profiles yet because I wanna feel it out. But I do think it's an improvement. I mean, those pictures that I took when working on the Fry Cook games, the clay animation, like it's those are good photos, but I don't think it's really what we're going for the profile photo. Real mysterious? Well, I'm a mysterious guy, so you know what? I guess I'm doing something right. I have to turn off those lights. All right. Well, I mean, I guess I guess we should just get into it. I mean, it's like pick up right where we left off. But yeah, because I was working on the profile photos today, everything had to be moved around. I took the light away. I had to pick up the colored lights, move them. Everything got displaced, but we're good. We're fine. So without further ado, it's time for the ritual. Oh, thank you very much. Glad you're digging it. Yeah, I'm just kind of trying it out. But by all means, I think it's a step in the right direction. Just tighten the bolts on these. Bro, people miss Squidward's old arms, man. All right. This is. Wait. BrickBob Films. The camping episode. Day 5. All right. My phone, making sure that's on silent. Should be good. And I'm going to start the work clock. And I believe that all the lights we need are set up. I'll start that work clock. And happy 16,000 subscribers. Here's to 16,000 more. Let's see where we are.
Pretty weenie.
Very weenie indeed.
Pretty weenie. I bother with
What's up, everyone? Thanks for pulling up.
justice.
I know it's been a long haul, but let's go over what we have so far.
SpongeBob to Patrick, help yourself. Over.
Yummy! Patrick the SpongeBob, the deliciousness has landed! While you two astronauts can eat marshmallows, while I'm gonna have a can of Swedish barnacle balls. Just as soon as I can get my can opener.
But Squidward, didn't you take a can opener when you hiked out here?
Why would I bother? We're 10 feet from my house.
But this is the wilderness. It just doesn't seem to fit the camping spirit.
Pretty weenie.
All right. Give me a marshmallow. All right. I have to say, I am very much looking forward to this. Because I talked about this last time, like, there's something so peaceful about animating the Legos. I think maybe I think when I'm animating something like clay, it's more exciting because it's that much more, like, every single movement is that much more precious. You know what I mean? Like, you only, like, knowing that you only get one shot, and because it's so complex, like animating those Lolo studies earlier this year. I have to pay attention to, like, if I enter that zen that I do when I'm working on these. I need sticks. Wait. I think we got them here. So let me ask you guys this. How many of you have seen Obsession? Because I finally ended up seeing Obsession. I know it's kind of a new movie, so not everyone's really up to date, but like I'm trying to get better at watching new stuff that's coming out because admittedly I tend to be kind of a contrarian. Like if something's out and it's popular, I'm like, "Oh, I'm not going to watch it." Don't worry about it, man. If you cannot make it to a stream, like it's okay. I understand that like there is no time that's gonna work for everyone. I think this will work. Yeah, this kind of looks right. But hey, that's what the replays are for, right? Plus, these are good. These are just going to be on YouTube forever. Each one is like a chap. It's like a chapter in my little animation production house's history. Yeah, so Usually for movies, I just kind of wait for stuff to release at home. Like I don't really go to see stuff in theaters nowadays because like my gosh, I don't know about you guys, but so like where I live, we tend to have AMC theaters, and a ticket is like I'm not kidding, like $20. I think it's actually more if you buy them ahead of time. I think it's supposed to be like this. I'm trying to see where I'm getting that. Trying to reacclimate the light. So I don't know if I want Squidward's house in the shot. I definitely don't need Patrick's house. Like, I didn't see the Michael Jackson movie in theaters. I saw that when it came home, and oh my gosh, I am so glad I didn't pay money to see that in the theaters. Just more often than not, it's just, oh, you're international. Okay. Shoot, it's yeah. I remember your theater tickets are what currency is that? I'm sorry, I don't know what currency that is. American education standards. But it's like, well, hey, you're a trooper for pulling up anyway. But anyway, it's just I can't. I don't know. I was talking about Michael Jackson. Kind of lost my train of thought. But yeah, that was a film where I was so glad I didn't pay to see it in theaters. Most of the stuff that comes out in theaters is just not not worth paying for. So one of the things I really dug about Obsession is that it's very like it's a good premise. It's a horror movie. It's a good premise. It is clearly low budget, but that not in a bad way. Like it's low budget, but it's okay, it is Heroes. It's it's low budget, but like in the best possible way, where it's like you can tell that they were much more every shot, every set piece, everything about the way the film is made is way more deliberate because the budget is more limited. Like there's a lot more care and attention to the finer little details. And just watching it and being like, yeah, this doesn't have a high budget. It's just a good premise, executed well with the right people involved. And that's all you need. Like you can take because like a lot of these big Hollywood movies that come out, they have insanely huge budgets, like almost $200 million. And it's just like really fascinating where it's like, yeah, you can throw all the money at a project you want, but if the story is just not that good enough, or if the script isn't that good, it's just you can't make it better. Like throwing money at it is not going to make a difference. You know what? For the Michael Jackson movie, I think the joke was on me. I think that I definitely went into the Michael Jackson movie just expecting a completely different movie. So it's like I don't think I can even get mad at that movie for not meeting my expectations. Okay, this this Lego board right here, you see how much it's helping like the lighting here, that shadow? It's important. Yeah, I think I went into the Michael Jackson movie like expecting a way more revealing like warts and all story about Michael Jackson because like Michael Jackson was someone that I always heard about because when I was growing up, he was still alive. And I remember I was terrified of Michael Jackson when I was a kid. I was so scared. There's this picture of him in like, I don't know, it was for I don't know if it was for a magazine or if he was in court or something, but there was like a picture of him, and like I saw him as a kid, and you guys are funny. So, yeah, we're talking about the Michael Jackson movie. I'm talking about how it was trash. Just straight up. It was trash. Yeah, I think I definitely went into it like expecting to learn a lot about Michael Jackson, like a lot of revealing stuff, because I just always heard about him growing up and his music was really popular. Like he had long-lasting cultural impact even though I grew up in the early 2000s, like it wasn't the 80s, you know? So I was just expecting to learn like a lot about him. Like I wanted to learn how did he go from being 80s Michael Jackson to like like the terrifying looking creature that I saw when I was a kid in the news. I haven't seen Backrooms. I'll probably see it at some point. I feel like I don't have any attachment to the original Backrooms story or whatever it was online. I just remember it being like a JPEG online, that one picture. I'm debating if I'm going to change the lighting. I feel like I'm not getting enough orange here. Just angle that just a little bit. I think that helps. Yeah. Yeah, no, the Michael Jackson movie just I by the end of it, I felt like I didn't learn anything substantial about Michael Jackson. So the only thing I learned about Michael Jackson was that he came from like this very authoritarian household where him and his siblings had to work extremely hard on their music, which is like, okay, like that's something. And it's kind of like proposed as like this melodrama between Michael Jackson and his father. And I was like, okay, this is fine for the first act. I'm sure this will come back later, but I'm intrigued and curious to see his life kind of keep moving forward. And it turned out that the whole movie was just this melodrama between Michael Jackson and his father. And I'm like, really? Like a a 2+ hour long movie, and you're gonna spend this whole movie with this melodrama between Michael Jackson and his father. Like it's a part of his past. I get it, but like not. It's just a really thin drama to stretch out for 2 hours. Bro, what is going on with these shadows? What am I doing? Is that coming from here? Yes, it's coming from here. Yeah, like the part in the movie where it's the end of the movie where Michael Jackson sings "I'm Bad." When he starts singing "I'm Bad," I'm like, oh no, this is gonna be the end of the movie. No. Okay, this is the problematic light. I'm gonna have to move it. Yeah, like when I was a kid, I just remember seeing this one photo of Michael Jackson that I thought was so terrifying, where like you can see that his like nose is being held together by tape. Freaked me out when I was a kid. I was terrified of Michael Jackson when I was a kid. And I really wanted to like I wanted to learn how he got to that point, but I think I should have taken the hint knowing the fact that his nephew is playing him in the movie. His nephew did a great job, by the way. Dude, his his siblings don't do anything in the movie. Like his siblings, his mom, like no one does anything. Like there's very little consequence to like any of the other characters. There's like this bodyguard that Michael Jackson has. Okay, now we're finally going to be filming. There's this bodyguard character that Michael Jackson has. And I kept thinking that he was like going to be important or he was going to be like a father role model figure to Michael Jackson. And then he's just kind of there the whole movie. Oh man, no, I just the Michael Jackson movie was just ugh. I just like it was really impressive how for like 2 hours I thought that the movie was gonna say something or do something interesting and then it just didn't. I want this fireplace more in the middle. I don't want it in the third. Where did it? Oh, here it is. Also, I'm gonna turn on the air conditioner. Back rooms I'll probably check out at some point. But right now I'm proud of myself for seeing Obsession. Like, look at me! I'm catching on. I'm watching what the kids are watching. Yo, thank you so much for your saying so. I'm glad to have you here. I'm glad that I'm not disappearing. Like I keep saying this, but like I'm so glad that I don't have to disappear for extended periods of time just to make an animation. Cuz like it comes with the job. You're gonna disappear for a while. Like you gotta lock in and make your film. But I'm so glad that you guys can join in on the fun. Lighting's very particular. The shot looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. Yeah, welcome everyone. No, we're just getting the ball rolling here. The first shot usually takes like the longest. So we're continuing to film the scene with SpongeBob, Patrick, and Squidward by the campfire. We're doing the marshmallow scene right now. Yeah, you guys are all recurring characters in the episode. Now that I've made some progress on my profile pic, my new profile pic, I I'm gonna get to getting like the sea bear set up. We are gonna be making the sea bear on stream, but we still have a lot of footage to get through before we get to the sea bear sequence.
All right, all right, all right.
Yeah, the shot of the tic-tac-toe, that's gonna be done in post. I'm gonna draw a 2D graphic and just implement it in post. I probably should have done it on camera. If I decide I don't want a 2D graphic. But I would have had to give Patrick a real piece of paper. We are how long are we into the episode? We are about I think about 5 minutes in. I think we're about 5 minutes in. By the time this shot is over, we're going to be close to 6 minutes in. Oops. Ah. Yeah, making the sea bear will be its like own. That'll be its own dedicated thing. I'll be at like my desk and I'll have my camera set up. And it will just be me working with the clay, sort of like Popeye when we had to make like a bunch of puppets. Yeah, I don't think like if we're gonna do like a celebration stream for like us completing the video, I feel like we will do that maybe after the episode premieres on BrickBob Films. I don't think I want both premieres happening at the same time because I don't want them to be competing with each other. You know what I mean? How come decided to switch the Squidward head mold? So I switched to the new Squidward head mold when I brought back BrickBob Films in 2019. Excuse me, hiccups. When I brought back the show in 2019, I think because I used the old Squidward head for so long during the golden years of BrickBob films, I just kind of like stuck with it. I'm like, if I change it now, people are gonna notice. So I just kind of kept the same head mold. But when I brought the show back in 2019, it was like a new beginning. So I was like, this is the right time. I'm either gonna change it now or forever hold my peace. You know what I mean? But also, it's like I talked about this in the previous stream. It's just every character in the Lego SpongeBob sets, they have their own unique head mold, and Squidward was the only one that just didn't. And I didn't like that lack of consistency. Like SpongeBob, he has his own head mold. Patrick, Mr. Krabs, Mrs. Puff. The the fish people, the yellow fish guy, the green fish guy, they all have their own unique head molds. So I always thought it was kind of bizarre that Squidward didn't. But even worse, I just don't like that Squidward is smiling in his original head, like print, the the old version. Squidward looks really weird when he smiles, and that's just that's not how it should be. He should not be smiling all the time. Squidward frowning is like very it's it's very true to his character. Yeah, it is like watch old SpongeBob. It's weird when Squidward smiles. By default, he is not supposed to be smiling. SpongeBob is supposed to smile by default. His mouth is designed around him always being happy, you know? Yeah, I remember I had this like NPC background character that had like I was using another Squidward head, but I don't use that character anymore. Okay, wait. I think for this shot we have to have the camera go back and forth. I'm gonna have SpongeBob be in the back, just so he's not in the way. I'm gonna start here. I might reduce the depth of field a bit, just so the focus is pulled more on Patrick. Yeah, you see how much more sensitive it is? I think that's a bit too much. Yeah, it's better. There's stuff going on in the background. Also, I love how this tent looks, by the way, like in the background. So even though there's all this other stuff going on in the frame, our focus is on Patrick. The foreground, the background, none of it is pulling attention away from Patrick. That would have been cool if they had one of Squidward smiling, but I can live with the fact that they never made one. Take what you can get. Okay, the landmark for Squidward is going to be here. Well, actually, maybe I should have him sit down. Squidward's a bit tall and Patrick's sitting down. Also, a reminder, everyone, drop a like so we can crush that YouTube algorithm and show YouTube that we love stop motion animation, and consider joining the Patreon. You could join for free. It's a good backup in case YouTube ever decides to delete me for whatever reason. You know how YouTube can be. All right, this should be good. And we have clay here for Squidward. It's gonna splat on his face. The fire will be done in post. I feel like for this shot, we need the camera panning back and forth. You can find the Patreon in the description. Yo, thanks, man. Yeah, it's like whenever I do remake an episode, I am gonna put my own little spin on it. And like that's the fun of it. It's almost like I'm kind of directing my own adaptation of it. Because when you're making something again from the ground up, there's infinite opportunities to add your own little perspective or flavor onto something. Is it like slow down? Eh, it's fine. All right, we have to get the marshmallow to fly. Okay, wait. July, I would say. It was July, and the first day I started filming, the heat was so intense that I had to stop because the red guy with the long black hair, his head just fell off, like just straight up. And it was at that point where I was like, yep, I don't want to be dealing with this. So I was like, I'm going to wait for a month or a few weeks. Thought it was about a month. But yeah, I legit just had to wait. I had to wait for the heat to die down. And then I ended up filming the project end of August. Animation premiered September 1st. Yeah, and then when I had the opposite problem when filming Clay Crumbling episode 20, because I filmed that project in the same garage, the same workspace. When I filmed Clay Crumbling episode 20, it was December, and I was working in this really cold basement filming for Clay Crumbling episode 20. And every day I would show up there to film, I would have to put the puppets in front of a space heater just to get them like movable. The bowl, he had to go in front of the space heater. Yeah, fast turnaround time, I guess so. Unpredictable weather, or I guess predictably bad weather has its perks. Could be worse. Could have flooded. That's never happened to me. The the basement where I filmed Clay Fighter though, that basement had flooded in the past, but it was a huge basement, and it just all the all of the flooding that took place, it was away from where my stuff was, but that had its own problems filming in there. Squidward's old arms disintegrated. Yeah, they just crumbled apart. But yeah, also please don't spam. Yeah, I'm definitely like a lot goes on in the chat and I probably miss stuff. Just look. Yeah, no, Squidward's arms like actually disintegrated. I was filming Squid Bob Tentacle Pants. I was like right at the end of filming. It was one of the last shots I had to do. And I tried putting on Squidward's arms because this was the point when they like like they separated again. Hey, drop. Excuse me. Have a good night, man. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, I was like at the end of filming Squid Bob Tentacle Pants, and SpongeBob and Squidward separated again after they get beamed with the molecular separator ray. And when they separated, I had to like put together SpongeBob and Squidward's figurine models, and I tried putting on Squidward's arms, and they just completely disintegrated. And I didn't I didn't have any more teal arms. And I was like, are you serious? Like, right when I'm at the finish line? But when you're working with old plastic toys like this, it's gonna happen every once in a while. I told you guys about the story when I was filming Squidward's mom walking to the car, and her leg just broke off. Hey, thank you so much. Yeah, that the new profile photo. I'm trying to make a new one for all of my socials. And this is what I came up with today. I called someone over to help me with the photography, the editing. It's like it's hard to do good photos of yourself, or at least for me. by yourself. But yeah, I like moved all my lights around. But yeah, I think it's a step in the right direction. I'm not shrouded in shadows anymore. Wait, director cameos? What do you mean? You mean the director's commentaries? So weird. Oh, excuse me. Um, I wouldn't rule it out. What if I made what if I made Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 5? Like what if I was like the chief? I've been thinking about that lately. Like there has to be the chief, right? Okay, I'm trying to see how I can film this. What the heck? Oops. Muscle memory. That could be a fun cameo. Especially that line where he's like, "Thank you very much for the introduction, but we all know who I am." Except it's not like a tongue in cheek like no one knows who you are moment. It's like yeah, you actually do know who I am. Yeah, I'm gonna draw the fire in. Okay, here's what I'm gonna try and do. Paste the frames here and kind of work backwards. So watch this. I'm going to set the toggle ahead, try and match these. Uh, oh, so watch this. We're gonna do a little bit of a cheat. Now, when you're sometimes in animation, you gotta cheat a little bit. But that's okay because it will save you a lot of time and a lot of headache and a lot of money. So check out what I'm doing. Watch very closely. I want to I want to make Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 5 so bad. Sometimes when you make an animation, like maybe a loop, what you can do is, I'm not doing this right now, but something that you can do is you can actually duplicate frames from the end and just reverse the footage just to give you an extra quarter second of footage. Just if you need like a little buffer. And I'll never forget watching Into the Spider-Verse, and I saw that they did that for one scene and being like, wait a minute. I was like, oh, I see what they did there. They did a thing, and I understand it. And now I don't know where the camera is. It's gonna look a little rough, but that's fine. Whoa, where are we? Where are we? Wait, is that? Oh. Oh yeah, that does happen in suds. That would be kind of silly. Oh, I would have to put my hand in a toilet. I don't think I have it in me. I don't think I have it in me. Oh, I'd have to do the cactus. That's such a funny episode. Patrick's such a jerk. All right, we're almost there. Okay, let's see how this. Okay, a little bit rough, kind of messed up with the stick there, Patrick's stick. But I think we can make it work. Now we're just gonna have to futz around with the timing. Is that it? Where does this loop have to begin? Pull it off. Then he goes like this. Am I stupid? Like, what? I'm gonna get here where the flag is. That way I know. Sorry. Oops. Okay, hopefully this works. Okay. All right, now we're gonna get the timing right.
Right.
Move the audio a little bit. 760, we're almost at frame 1000. The more Mr. Krabs. This is not my finest cheat. Like it's kind of noticeable, but you know what? Just gonna have to make we're gonna have to keep rolling with it. Gonna move the audio again. 870. 47 seconds left to film for this scene. Okay, now watch this. We're gonna we're gonna sneak back in. We're gonna jump in right about here. Gonna have to adjust Squidward a bit. Not too noticeable. Move that out of the way. Pull the focus. I did make imitation crabs a long time ago. That's a good episode. I I have not thought about remaking it though. I don't feel that there is a lot I can add to that episode that I didn't have last time, other than just higher production value. You know what? I have an idea. Instead of trying to make it look like Squidward didn't move, I'm gonna have him look at Patrick. I had a blast making imitation crabs when I was a teenager. That was the first that was the first episode of BrickBob films that I made, like going from the old desk to the new desk, I think. That I had this is back when I was filming downstairs. But I remember that was like a big moment for me. I started filming on the drafting table that I have over here. This is actually scene 3. Each scene is roughly 2 minutes, give or take. And we're almost done with this one. We only have about 500 more frames, 600. 600. Yeah, the original imitation crabs was I remember really enjoying the filming for that. All right, I'm trying to think how I'm gonna do the marshmallow stuff with having to do as little editing as possible. I might have to do a bit. Maybe I could use Squidward's house for leverage. Can I do that? Lame. Maybe I can do this. Where I need a tall piece of something. Something. This might not work because of the lights, but we're gonna try. You guys see what the vision is here? I need to I need to rewatch Just One Bite. Maybe I'll do that on stream sometime. Cause it's just it's been so long since I made that one, but that was like I know that was like one of my most popular videos. Yeah, Just One Bite was one of those episodes of it's one of those episodes where when I was working on it, like I just thought like, oh yeah, this is just another episode of BrickBob Films, you know. It's a conventional episode. No fighting giant hibernation Sandy, no Christmas special, no Halloween special. It was just like a normal episode, but then it like really took off. But it's been so long since I've seen it. I remember when I found out that there was like a deleted scene for that and finding it. Wait, you watched the Brick Bob films Just One Bite the day it came out? Gosh, when did I even make just was that 2014? 20 I feel like it was 2014. Oh my god, no way. No, isn't that like the crazy thing about BrickBob Films? Like it's it's becoming like a multi-generational thing. Granted, if I never made an episode of BrickBob Films again, like after after 2016, like let's say I just stopped doing animation forever and I moved on to something else, people always would have been able to just go back and revisit those old videos, but I feel like making the new episodes, it opened up Brick Bob Films to a whole new generation. So there's different generations of people that watched Brick Bob Film. But the old videos are all still up for people to enjoy. That's crazy to think that you were 4 or 5 when it came out. I'm so glad that you're here. Like, it's awesome to have you here. Hearing everyone's like little story of like what brought them to this stream never fails to amaze me. That was like the golden age. Yep, I working on those videos was so much fun. I mean, of course, the videos, the like the imp like the production quality, the videos have improved so much, and I'm glad about that. But I do miss the days of it taking a day to make an episode of BrickBob Films, where it was just something that I could crank one out in a day, weekly schedule. That was it. Yeah, time really flies. I just like that's the thing. Like when you're a kid, you're you're always older. You're always older both in age and physically than the kids who are younger than you. But then eventually when you leave adolescence and you just become an adult, you then there's a point where you have to realize that all those kids that were younger than you physically, you're going to stop growing at some point and they're going to catch up to you, which is like really weird to think about. It's like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I always just thought that you were going to be little compared to me or younger, either physically or mentally. But no, you're going to catch up to me. Yeah, hmm, I wouldn't say that it takes like a whole month to make an episode of BrickBob Films. It does take a while. So I was like kind of like last year I had like a oh yeah, I want to get one out. Let's see what I did. There's June, August, then I did a short in September, October, November, December. So yeah, it was roughly every month. That way I could not gas myself out working on an episode and give enough time for every episode to have enough care and attention put into it. I I really like the episodes I made last year, but there was a point where I just like needed to take a break. Once again, it's like it's allowing enough time to make an episode without sacrificing the quality, because after posting a few episodes of BrickBob Films, I just like wasn't really proud of. Like, that didn't really leave much impact on me. I just wasn't really a fan of. I was like, I want to focus more on the quality. Excuse me. Well, the Krusty Krab is pretty fun. I mean, I kind of like going everywhere, but I would say that Con Street and the Krusty Krab are like the most frequent locations. A lot of episodes of BrickBob films are in the Krusty Krab. Yeah, I feel that like if you're gonna do another Lego SpongeBob set, like do a set where you can have as many characters as possible. Try and find a way to really go all out. It's not like they're making a new line, right? They're not gonna make a whole bunch of new sets. It'd be cool if they did. But if they don't, like I'm literally no worse off now than I was before, right? We've made do all this time, right? We've come this far. That's crazy that you guys were that young when BrickBob Films was like when I was making those videos when I was like 11. Like BrickBob Films has become like a multi-generational thing. So now I'm trying to figure like, okay, what can I do with this? Not just in making the episodes, but like how can I use BrickBob Films to like not just get people into animation, but like introduce myself to people, you know? The my leg guy. Yeah, I remember although I haven't seen much new SpongeBob, I am aware that they did like a my leg episode. Personally, I didn't find it very funny. I think I did see the episode, and I don't know, like that kind of style of like meta humor that SpongeBob has just really doesn't click with me. The reason that I thought SpongeBob was like such a funny show to begin with was because the writing is very self-aware, but the characters aren't. Like that's what makes it funny. I also would watch Clay World growing up on YouTube. That was like an animated series that started out on Newgrounds, but then it kind of migrated to YouTube, or it was still on Newgrounds, but that was another series that I thought was super funny because it was an animated, like a clay animation series, and the humor was so random and funny. And it was pretty clever, but the characters were so dumb and unaware. That's what made it funny. How many of you guys remember Clay World? Uh, Maybe some of you in the chat are too young, but because I think that was a series that eventually did stop. That had like a finale, and it hasn't come back since. right. I mean, okay, that looks good. Yeah, the bubble baths. Like I've heard about new SpongeBob through the grapevine, very sporadically, but I just don't follow along with it. That's kind of the thing. It's like if you have like a property that has been going on for so long and has likely had so many different writers, people that grew up with it in different eras or different generations, they're going to have a very different take on it unless unless the writing just managed to stay very consistent throughout, but that did not happen with SpongeBob. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. You guys are all on the ground floor. You're on ground zero. Yo, that's awesome to hear that you're bringing back your Lego SpongeBob series. I'll have to take a look at your channel. Wait, do you have like an original SpongeBob series, like Lego SpongeBob series?
Stops at me. What? What else do you do for fun?
All right, this sequence is over, I think.
All right.
Our progress so far. It's pretty good.
Besides spitting molten foodstuffs at me, what else do you do for fun?
Oh, wait, we got the campfire song coming up. Okay, actually, I have like a guitar that I was going to use. It's not Lego, it's Mega Bloks, but hopefully no one notices. It's Mega Bloks SpongeBob now. Where did I put it? Yeah, here it is. all the way at the bottom. Yeah, so here I have like a small collection of Mega Bloks SpongeBob stuff. This was the stuff that came with my Doodle Bob, the one that I ordered for Frankendoodle. This guitar I need is all the way at the bottom. The bag is really stuffed. Oh yeah, this is like a perfect guitar. Off my hands. I haven't I haven't found anything like super substantial about the new Lego SpongeBob set. Thank you guys. Yeah. What I mean, let's see. By the end of this shot, which should be within the next hour, very soon, we're gonna be done with this shot. It's over 2 minutes, and then that will put us at. I want to see how many minutes in we're gonna be. I'm just pulling up the iMovie thing. Yeah, we're gonna be at 6 minutes, so we're gonna be about halfway through.
Who knew this guy?
Yeah, that's good progress. All right, marshmallow sticks going away. Yeah, so here's what's gonna happen. So SpongeBob's gonna start singing the campfire song, and we're going to get we're gonna get frames for like the first 30 seconds or something, first 45 seconds. And then when SpongeBob gets into what the CMPFIRESOMG song, then we're gonna skip ahead and we're gonna come back to it at the end because I want to be able to like mess around with the set, have different colors, have different backdrops. Like I want to go all out, but we can't really I don't want to dismantle everything because we still have to come back to this set afterwards. So it's just saving us some time. Not having to disassemble and reassemble and stuff. Also, wait, here's the guitar. You guys see this? Look at that. It's perfect. Can he hold it? Oh yeah, he can hold it. This is perfect. When I was a kid, I ordered like Lego guitars. I don't even know if I still have them. I might have a few. They're really old, but I ordered a bunch of Lego guitars because I wanted some for when I did the music video. But they're like bass guitars. They're not the what I'm looking for visually. So these Mega Bloks SpongeBob things I ordered are going to come in handy yet again. Actually, I think I open this up. We don't need this. I never use this. Get rid of the marshmallow bag. Yeah, someone asked me earlier, like, what I thought about the how the clay blends into the base plates. I mean, it doesn't blend, but it's also like a very like muted gray color. The important thing is that it doesn't like pop. Because like if you look at it long enough, I feel like you can become blind to it. It makes the animation way more free too. I want SpongeBob to be the main focus of this shot. Oops. And I am going to move the fire pit a little bit. For every time I shake the desk, the lamp moves. This tool makes life so much easier. That's a good shot. Move that. The sea bear is going to be a lot of fun. I am looking forward to the sea bear. So what I'm thinking of doing is because I'm thinking that I'm going to film the sea bear top down, like I did with Mr. Magic. If I'm to do that, I think I might have to order some kind of an overhead rig for it. But you know what? Like, I think it's going to be necessary. So the reason I say that is because I just, when you're doing this filmmaking, anything, you end up buying so much equipment, and a lot of it you might not even use all the time, but it takes up a lot of space and it's expensive. So I don't like just ordering tons of stuff. If I'm ordering something, or just purchasing any equipment, I want to know that I'm going to have a use for it and that it's going to, the amount of space it's going to occupy in my small workspace, that it's going to justify it based on its usefulness. You know what I mean? Oh, don't worry about it, Jacob. Thank you so much, though. But like I was saying, I think if I order the overhead rig, it's also going to encourage me to do more top-down stop motion animation because it's really useful and you can do a lot of great stuff with it. The reason that I just barely ever do it is because I don't have a good overhead rig for it. When I filmed Mr. Magic, I'm not kidding, I actually borrowed a special overhead rig from one of my film buddies who, yeah, he's a cinematographer, and I borrowed his rig for like, or his mount, whatever you call it. I borrowed it for like a weekend, and I made sure to have it back to him as soon as I could. Fortunately, I filmed all of Mr. Magic in one day, which was insane. If I really like wanted to save the money, I could just do what I did for Mr. Magic again. I could borrow my buddy's rig and film it over at my other studio space. But I can't stream in there anyway because of the noise. And it just like really like a lot of these good pieces of equipment, they're way more affordable nowadays.
Well, after
Oh shoot, fireworks.
well,
So anyway, I would rather just spend the money and get the rig. Hey, take it easy. Have a good night.
after 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 a long day camping, it's nothing.
Yeah. Oh, here comes the train. Yeah, dragging the frames. It is a staple of BrickBob films. It's just striking poses.
It's not unwind with a nice. It's nice to unwind with a nice relax. Real.
Yeah, I don't get to use the frame hold, drag frame hold for any other projects. Not much. Because here's the thing, like when you're animating Legos being what they are, you can get away with doing frame holds once they hit a position. There's only so much movement that you can kind of give a Lego character, like really fine motor detail movement. But if you're filming something else, like a ball and socket armature or a wire armature,
Relax.
doing frame holds or just having no movement at all is it's way more noticeable.
Relax. Relax.
No, I didn't buy a guitar for this episode. I just found this in the bag.
Relax.
This bag to be exact. But no, it's gonna come up. You're gonna see it right now. Yeah, well, the old guitars I had were like old BrickBob films. They weren't like a traditional guitar. They were like electric, acoustic, or bass guitar. I don't know. I don't know guitars. I'm not a music guy, but they were different kind of guitars, like the ones that you plug in. We're on scene three. We're just about to wrap up. All right, I'm gonna have him hold it like this. Is that a? Oh, the guitar's so big. I don't know if I can make him strum it. Uh, this might this might work. This looks pretty good. I'm trying to make this look smoother, but the guitar is a little bit big. So when I animated BrickBot films in the golden age, so before uh, 2016, 2013 to 2016, I used a software called SAM Animation, SAM Animation. It was a stop motion program that came with this book that I got. I actually talked about this book once on stream, but I'm gonna have to show you the book because this was legit a really good book. This was like the book that got me animating consistently on my mom's old computer. But yeah, like a relative knew that I liked stop motion, and he got me this book, and it was such a cool book. Had all these project ideas, came with the software, and I had my mom's old computer, so I just had all the time in the world to experiment and make films. I think Sam Animation, so it got rebranded to Hue Animation. No, it wasn't costly. It was just, it came with the bare essentials. It gave you what you needed to get started.
Campfire song. Relaxing campfire song.
So, from my experience, like the enthusiasm is more important than the equipment. Because keep in mind, right now I'm making animations that look like this, but for years I was making very amateur looking stuff, but it didn't matter. Like I was just a kid doing the animation, and it's like you're always going to have your whole life to get better equipment, better software, more advanced techniques. But having the enthusiasm to animate to begin with, that's the most important part. If you're animating, then you're doing the work. Oh, I watched a digital circus like I think about last month. I didn't see the finale though. Digital circus is pretty good, but it's not something that's made for me. I have different tastes, and it's just it's made for a demographic that I'm not really a part of. I think like it's always really cool to see what indie animation is doing and just animation and filmmaking in general that's not coming from the Hollywood pipeline. And even more so the fact that it's like it's just no, you're good, man. Also just coupling in the fact that like it did it premiere on YouTube? Like the episodes all came out on YouTube, but now it like pulled a big box office return. Like I think that's really cool. It's like you're seeing the future of animation, like because filmmaking is now it's in our hands, you know? You don't have to be born into the world, the filmmaking world that is, to be a filmmaker. I just love how the technology that we have nowadays, it liberates things like filmmaking. Anyone can make a film, and I love that. And if little like 8-year-old me can do this and get to this point, and even then, I have so many things I still haven't done yet with my filmmaking that I can't wait to do, then anyone can. And that's like something that motivates me. It's not just the films I made, it's the films I just haven't made yet that I really want to make.
Oh, this one. That, I call this one. That kid.
Oh, this looks really good.
Yeah. Oh, this one. That campfire song. Nice to unwind. Nice, relaxing campfire song. I call this one the campfire song.
I'm gonna go ahead and put some frames in here. Also, I'm gonna move Patrick over here. S tier song. I get a lot of people asking me to make Help Wanted. I I that's an episode that like so I'm trying to think. I never really grew attached to that episode. I know it's the pilot. Oh, wait, those are both the pilot actually. So for some reason, the DVD that I had growing up, as well as like Netflix, where I would watch the original seasons of SpongeBob or the VHS tapes, like none of them had Help Wanted growing up. So I never really like watched that one as a kid. I don't think it's a bad episode, but it is like very tonally bizarre. But for Help Wanted, I don't know what I would do about the music because isn't like a Tiny Tim song like the main part like of the episode?
Fire, yeah, fire song. So let's gather around the campfire and sing our campfire song. Our singing and being fire. So edgy song and song. Faster than you're wrong.
Oh, you can hear it? Like it's all I hear is like the air conditioner. But the little like sound noise reduction thing, background noise reduction that I have on OBS is working wonders right now. Oh, I forgot he did that. Maybe I could do that. I forgot that that was a thing. I ate? Wait, what does that mean? This freaking glare. I ate? I I learned so I feel like an outdated old grandpa every day. I have a cousin who's in high school, and every time I see him, he has new vocabulary, slang, and stuff. And I'm like, I can't keep up.
It'll help. It'll help.
Oh, wait till you hear the end.
Help it. Help it.
Is he strumming the guitar? Like, I know this sounds crazy, but if he's strumming the guitar, I want that to be accurate.
Just sing, if you just sing, if you just sing, if you just sing.
Wait.
But it will help if you just sing.
Okay, he doesn't. Perfect. Great.
Help it.
You want to hear the whole song? Oh man. Oh. I may tweak some of the lines. If we can get a donation of $5 cumulatively, I will play the whole song. Oh, that reminds me, I actually have to upload what I have so far onto the channel to make sure it's not copyrighted. Because sometimes I'll upload stuff and YouTube will run its checks and then it still, you'll get hit with a copyright thing later.
If you just
That happened to the freaking Popeye project, and now I'm like, oh, do I have to re-upload it? Because I just muted the audio in the first 10 seconds, but I hate that silence at the first 10 seconds. Oh, it drives me crazy.
if you just if you just
Just gonna cheat a little.
just sing. SpongeBob to Patrick.
I can't click on the freaking. Trying to click on the thing.
If you if you just if you just sing. Just, just, you just sing.
Oops.
You just sing along, sing along, 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 along.
Oh no! He went and did it! Oh, okay, I'm gonna play the whole song for you guys. Oh no! Now I have to do it. Shout out to Scooby Doo.
Along, along,
Oh yeah, then I have that happen.
along.
I have to cut the Squidward. Okay, I'm gonna get this whole song up. Let's see. How can I do this? Pulling up iMovie. Scooby Doo really went and did. He really went and took one for the team. Where is the audio? Okay, here we go.
Oh,
All right, I'm gonna pull up iMovie, and you guys can listen to it. We're all gonna listen to it together. Well, I'm gonna turn on my light. No, not display. Right? Mm-hmm. Window. window. iMovie. Okay. Whoa. All right, the visuals are not important. I'm just gonna squish it into here. Oh, okay. I'm gonna put on my headphones so it doesn't record twice, or so you guys aren't hearing double. I'm also gonna stop the clock because we don't need that right now. Okay, guys, let me know if you can hear this.
Okay. Hey, besides spitting molten foodstuffs at me, what else do you do for fun?
Well,
Let me know how that sounds.
after a long day of camping, it's nice to unwind with a nice, relaxing campfire song.
All right, I'm just gonna. Okay, we're good. All right, here we go.
Campfire song. I call this one the Campfire Song. Let's gather round the campfire and sing our campfire song. Our CAMPFIRESONG song. And if you don't think that we can't sing it faster, then you're wrong. But it will help if you just sing along.
Boom, boom, boom.
CMPFIRESONG song. CMPFIRESONG song. And if you don't think that we can't sing it faster, then you're wrong. But it will help if you just sing along. CMPFIRESONG song. Patrick.
CMPFIRESONG.
Squidward. Good. It will help. It will help if you just sing along. Oh yeah.
Ugh.
That wasn't that relaxing.
Now, this is relaxing.
Well, there you go. That's it. I mean, really, I take it one line at a time, as you can see. But it's like, there is that element of like, okay, you want to, because this is so high for me and I'm singing it in a weird way, you kind of want to do that thing. Like when I was studying voice, sometimes you would try singing, you would find that high note that you're struggling with, and you would sing it maybe a half step higher. And that way, when you sing the high note that you're struggling with, it's a bit easier because now you've been sustaining a higher note. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I think it's pretty decent. Like I was thinking about like it was really the beginning that I wanted to like re-record, but I'm gonna play it again.
Let's gather round the campfire and sing our campfire song. Our CAMPFIRESONG song. And if you don't think
Turn it down a
that we
bit.
can't sing it faster, then you're wrong. But it will help if you just sing along.
Boom, boom, boom.
CMPFIRESONG song. CMPFIRESONG song. And if you don't think that we can't sing it faster, then you're wrong. But
You guys did this to me.
Just sing along. CMPFIRESONG song. Patrick.
CMPFIRESONG.
Squidward. Good. It will help. It will help if you just sing along. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was like
That wasn't
Oops.
that relaxing.
yeah. So that singing that last note is very difficult because it's high for me, and it's kind of like you have to lift up a weight and you have to hold it. And remember, if you waver at all, if that muscle weakens, even for an instant, you're gonna hear it. So I had to like really lock in, and it was kind of like lifting up a weight and holding it just long enough. I needed to hold it for a certain amount of time, and the first time I sang it, I was able to hold it for long enough, but you could hear just towards the end there was a brief moment where I faltered a little bit. I kept going, but just the slightest bit of weakness you could hear for a second. But then I did it again until I got it. If there's anything I'm going to re-record, it's going to be the beginning. But anyway. Shout out to Scooby-Doo, everyone. Took one for the team. So I could take one. Oh. If I'm going to re-record anything, it's probably going to be the beginning. There's just there's a couple notes that don't sound very pleasant. Like, I'm listening to it right now. Yeah, there's a couple things about it that are just not, that don't sound very pleasant. So if I'm going to re-record anything, it's probably going to be the beginning. Yo, welcome to the stream. I can assure you I do not know what my neighbors are thinking, but dude, like I made sure that I was like, is anyone home? One of my neighbors is super chill, but the other people I don't really talk to, so I was like looking out the window, checking to see if they were home. And I was like, "Oh, they're not home. All right, let's record the campfire song." I'm not kidding. I like got back from the gym and I saw that they weren't home and I hadn't even showered yet and I'm like, I'm gonna get on my knees because I don't want to touch my furniture when I was at the gym and I haven't showered. And I was like, we gotta record this. But yeah, I mean, I got up there. Okay, we only have like three more shots, and then we're done with the scene. This is such a cozy episode. Hold on, I want to get the 10 in there a little. I don't care if we're slightly all over the place. I want to get that 10. Yo, welcome. Since day 3. Yeah, no, we got plenty more days. Right now, as it stands, we are about halfway through filming for the episode, but we're gonna have it probably about a good one or maybe even like 2 streams just making the sea bear, and we're gonna have a whole stream dedicated to animating the sea bear. The sea bear, that's gonna be the headliner. Like, you see what I mean? Like, Squidward just not smiling for any of this, like that, it works so well. Like, if Squidward was sitting there with a big grin on his face, it looks very weird, just like in the original. So the second, on day, okay, you said you've been here since day 3. On day 2, at the start, we all watched the original together, just for like comparison going forward into remaking this video. And and Squidward's smiling the whole time, and it's really bizarre. I like. Hey, good having you around. See you next time. Yeah, it's not an official tent, but we worked with what we had, and it looks good. Like, look at that. Look at that shit. Did you like the song? I could turn this light off, but it's not interfering with the footage much. I've said this before. It's like most of the time on my streams, I'm shrouded in darkness, which is normally something you do not want when you're a streamer. But here's the thing. I'm not a streamer. I'm an animator. Animator first. And when you're working in stop motion, lighting is everything. So the lighting that's happening here is paramount.
Around the campfire and sing our campfire.
I might actually turn this off though, because I don't want light bouncing off of me and shadows playing. That could be bad.
Fire song.
Oh, I'm gonna turn that work clock back on. What just happened?
Marcy, our campfire song. Marcy, my army, a so edgy song.
And if you don't think that we can't sing it faster than you're this is such a cute episode. It's such a cute shot. I think I might I'm gonna tone down the blue a little bit. Oops, not what I wanted. Doesn't it look like they're in front of a campfire here? Like, come on. Yeah, I think the blue is dominating a little bit, but this is like, this really looks like they're in front of a campfire. Thank you. Well, thanks for being a part of it. This stream has taken an interesting turn of events. All right, check this out. Watch me cook. We're gonna do this. Might look a little bit mechanical, but that's okay. Dancing along to the beat. Yeah, the blue's good. You know what, actually? You know what I want to do? Because I mentioned this before, is that I wanted to have some variations in the light. Like, when SpongeBob starts talking about the sea bear, that's a tonal shift. That's when we're starting to get creepy. We're having build up to the sea bear. This lighting scheme that we have now, I think that this would work better for the sea bear, actually. So here's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to delete these frames. We're going to do this again, but this time I'm going to bring the blue back to how it's been. Very prominent. Because the blue gives it like a really like comforting, warm vibrancy. You see that? I think that having the dark black background and having the orange really start to dominate everything, I think that will work better once we start transitioning into the sea bear portion of the episode. Because it's more intense. It's almost like they're in a cave. I want the darkness to start closing in when the sea bear happens. I mean, these lights, so these are just LED lights. You can get them on Amazon. These lamps right here, these small LED lamps, they have settings where you can do, like, you can adjust the Kelvin temperature. So you can have a normal, a cool, and a warm lighting preset. And as for the colored lights, this is a sunset lamp. This is also a sunset lamp. That one was a hand-me-down. Excuse me, I can't speak. That one was a hand-me-down. This I bought on Amazon. I think I'm actually going to replace this one because this one's really old and beat up. Now watch this. We're going to cheat a little bit. There's a lot of cheating in my streams. But you do what you can.
And if you don't think that,
See that?
and if you don't think that,
Little mechanical, but the easing out at the end helps.
and if you don't think that we can't sing it faster.
I love Patrick at the end. Boom, boom, boom.
Faster than you're wrong, but it will help it.
Okay, we're gonna delete some frames.
then you're wrong, but it will help if you
So
just
here's the other thing about the light. So what's really cool if you start filming using a DSLR camera like this and a vintage lens.
it faster than you're wrong, but it will help if you just sing along. It faster than you're wrong, but it will help.
So what's really cool about it is once you start filming with this kind of camera and lens, you can actually play around with the lighting and just the visual the with all the visuals even more by doing things like adjusting the aperture. You're adjusting the lighting. You're adjusting the depth of field simultaneously. You're able to adjust over here. You have the shutter speed. Over here, you have the ISO. Screw you. You can turn up the artificial light all you want. Look at how horrible this is going to look. This looks horrible. That's all artificial light. Granted, you're usually going to want to have the ISO turned to as low as you can possibly have it, but still, it's a thing.
Along.
But keep in mind that like I didn't just start filming with a DSLR camera and just do all of this stuff. I filmed with a DSLR camera for years. Years and didn't know how to do any of this stuff. It was only after I dropped out of college that I like became interested in how cameras worked, and I learned all of these things that cameras and lenses could actually do. Also, it's crazy that we've been filming this whole episode without using the diffuser light at all. That's pretty crazy. Now the best part is the shift in tone happens right after the campfire song is over. So that's going to be pretty soon, because we're going to be skipping the majority of the campfire song. I dropped out about 2 years ago. I dropped out of college twice. I was I dropped out of college in, let's see, it was the spring 2023 semester. I was there for about a year and a half. I'd done 3 semesters, but after that, I went to school for something else. It was just outside the college. I went to EMS school. I became a emergency medical technician, and I went back to fire school because I was yeah, there you go. Yeah, I was on my way to become a firefighter, and like I passed everything, and because I was like, well, if I'm not going to be in college, I got to do something. I'm not going to just stay home and do nothing. But then I realized that going into the fire service just wasn't really for me. That's something that you really have to have your heart in to want to do for a career. If you're just in it for the money, it's not really something that you can just casually do. Yeah. And after that, I went to college for another semester studying something else. But then I was like, wait, what am I doing here? I love animation. This is this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Like there's I ended up meeting a lot of people my age that didn't know what they wanted to do, and in life. And I was like, well, shoot, I kind of already had that. So why don't I just start there? But making a choice like that wasn't easy. It was still hard. I'm not going to say that like, oh, I knew what I wanted to be and blah blah blah. Like as someone who's doing this the animation, it's every day you're going to be tested how much you really want it, you know?
Long, 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 long.
Would I ever buy them from Amazon Prime? I don't know. I'm currently not in the market for Lego SpongeBob sets. We'll see about the new one, but I don't even know if I'm gonna buy that. Boom, boom, boom. Wait, am I sharp? I think I'm sharp. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I'm sharp. Can you believe that? I'm sharp. I don't believe it. Okay, I'm gonna have. Whole song's terrible. I just have to re-record it. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, when I was a first responder, I would go to the hospital and bring patients to the ER and stuff like that. I really didn't like ambulance much though. It's not easy work. All right, and that's it. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna turn on the audio for you guys. Oh wait, can I think I'd have to get my headphones again. I'm just gonna turn up my audio then. Here we go.
SpongeBob to Patrick, help yourself. Over.
Yummy! Patrick the SpongeBob, the deliciousness has landed! Well, you two astronauts can eat marshmallows, while I'm gonna have a can of Swedish barnacle balls, just as soon as I can get my can opener.
But Squidward, didn't you take a can opener when you hiked out here?
Why would I bother? We're 10 feet from my house.
But this is the wilderness. It just doesn't seem to fit the camping spirit.
Pretty weenie. All right. Give me a marshmallow. Okay. Besides spitting molten foodstuffs at me, what else do you do for fun?
Well, after a long day camping, it's nice to unwind with a nice, relaxing campfire song. I call this one the campfire song. Let's gather round the campfire and sing our campfire song. Our CAMPFIRESONG song. And if you don't think that we can sing it faster, then you're wrong. But it will help if you just sing along.
Boom, boom. All right. And there you go. Yeah, maybe SpongeBob should have sleeves. Maybe I should just say screw it and start like customizing some of these characters cuz yeah, like SpongeBob looks like he's not wearing a shirt. It's actually not bad. Maybe I should try that. Maybe next episode, honestly. But anyway, we're done with this scene. We did it. We are 6 minutes in. I think the episode's about 13 minutes. Not too shabby. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a very dialogue heavy episode, but I'll make sure that Patrick is on rhythm.
Along.
I mean, it's not. I'll make sure to review it.
Faster.
Oh man, how long have we been streaming? Oh, okay, just shy of 3 hours. Hold on a second. I'm gonna stop sharing this window because this project it's got all the frames that it needs. I don't know if I have any other. I don't know if I have more audio files. I don't think I do. All right, I'm gonna make another one, but bear with me.
CMP.
Okay, I'm gonna export that, and that will end at he knew this guy who knew this guy who knew this guy. That should be it. I'm gonna export this audio file just so we have more to film. Share. Audio 4. Take it easy. Thanks for dropping by. And let's see. I'm trying to see if we're skipping the campfire song sequence, how much are we gonna film? Like how much do we have to film for this thing?
Suddenly. Who knew this guy? Who knew this guy? Who knew this guy? Who knew this?
Who knew this guy? Who knew this guy? And that will leave us with 6:14 to 7. Oh wow, the campfire song's quick. It's like 45 seconds.
Now,
Well, I guess that's not very quick. Oh, it's about 30 seconds. All right, it's fine. So, where's my folder? Taking that audio file, putting it in. Let's import this. Here, I'm going to pull Dragon Frame back up. No. That is grand. 2 minutes and 9 seconds. So we would start approximately. Where would we start? The quicker the campfire song is, the better. I would start filming here. Nice. Okay. So, you know what, guys? I think I'm going to call the stream here. So, we have a new scene to begin. I'm going to look at those other audio files, and as we get closer to the sea bear sequence, I'm going to have a better idea of like when and how we're going to make the sea bear and film it. I'm also going to look into getting that overhead mount from my other desk so we can film it. But yeah, this is I mean, we started the campfire song, you guys got to hear it. And I'm just thinking, yeah, I don't think there's going to be a stream tomorrow, and then we have the weekend coming up. If I get time, I'll stream spontaneously. Do consider becoming a channel member. Check out the Patreon. This is day 5 for filming the camping episode for BrickBob Films. We're going to be back again soon. Thank you guys so much for coming. It was a lot of fun. And we'll be back really soon. All right? So, second, you guys take it easy. Thanks for dropping in. And I'll see you guys next time.